NSFW, what is the craziest truth or dare challenge you have ever seen performed? When I was about 10 years old, I dared a friend to run his fingers through my dad's hair while he slept. He had to continue until my dad woke up and said something. Then he was only allowed to respond, "My, you have a luxurious head of hair." Okay. This is absolutely hilarious. When I was in high school, a guy was dared to wear his hair in a mullet for a month. He allowed his hair to grow out a bit, then went to a salon and had them do it up beautifully. He came to school every day with the top part nicely gelled and spiked up and would properly wash and condition the back so it was shiny and flowing. He won $50 for doing it. He probably spent $50 between the hairstylist, hair products and time to get it ready every day. In college, my male friend got dared to walk around the dorm in a girl's thong. It didn't quite fit him, however, which resulted in one of his balls hanging out from it. Halfway through his walk around the floor, another girl sauntered on the floor. He gave her a nice hello while she proceeded to stare at his lone testicle hanging out in disgust before she ran into her dorm room. My male friend got dared to put a tampon up his ass. He did it. There were a lot of shouts of "it burns" through the door. I knew someone who regularly put vodka-soaked tampons up his ass to get FK'd up. Apparently that is a thing. Let's reflect on the time when that guy got dared to eat a girl out and accidentally shit on everyone behind him in the jacuzzi. I slapped a cactus. Shit hurt you. Oh. The simplicity in this one is just beautiful. Truth or dare? Dare. Slap that cactus. Slaps cactus FCK. Alright. Your turn. They should change the name to Truth or SX Act. Or just SX Act. You guys wanna play SX Act? We all removed our bras and she dared me to slap her in the face and call her a WHRE. I did it. She loved it. Never play Truth or Dare with no ladies in the room. With ladies equals SI. Without ladies equals violent. Some of the dares that occurred in a room full of drunk guys. Someone got hit in the balls with a drums at bass pedal, exactly how you'd imagine. Another had to get slapped once by everyone in the room while chugging vermouth between slaps. One had a thumbtack slapped into his bare chest. Another had to leap naked into a pool at midnight. Okay. So I guess it ended up SI. A girl was once dared to drink a shot glass of my semen. So I had to go to the bathroom and wank into a shot glass. I managed to look up and meet my own gaze in the mirror, thinking, what am I doing with my life? At which point I arrived and I presented the glass to her. Friends and I were playing a Truth or Dare drinking game at a female friend's apartment. Toward the end of the game, the dares became less gross and more perversely sexual. The game ended with me riding a bicycle wearing women's lingerie. I am a large, hairy male and was wearing a small see-through nightie and even smaller Hello Kitty panties. What was the bike wearing? Walk up to a random house ass naked with my wall clock strapped in front of his junk at like midnight on a Friday. Ring the doorbell. And ask whoever answers what time it is. It was perfect. He kept a straight face the whole time. I was dared to shave my head once in high school. It was a school of 4,000 students and I was fairly popular among my class, so I knew a lot of people. I approached as many people as I could individually and made bets that I wouldn't shave my head for $5. Then I did it and pocketed around $500. I was dared to go into the fancy coffee shop in town and give someone a lap dance. I found a freshman boy and went at it. Huh? You either made his day or really freaked him out. As young teens, my clique once dared the newbie in the group to get naked and hang at least 10 seconds from his fingertips on the concrete slab edge of a 90+ foot high bridge in our hometown. We gave him the opportunity to at least position himself over the narrow creek in the valley underneath in case he would lose his grip. We of course expected him to decline and for us to relentlessly dick him around for it. He promptly went out there with us in tow. Got undressed and eased himself off the edge. He hung there for a good 20 seconds at least before painstakingly heaving himself up again. got dressed and opened his next beer. He wasn't the newbie anymore. He was the chosen one. I was at a party years ago. I dared somebody to turn the light off so I could get cozy with a girl. Instead of walking to the light switch, the crazy FK jumped up onto the glass table in the middle of our group, then proceeded to jump up and grab the fan above it. The fan ripped out of the roof and he and the fan landed on the glass table, which very quickly became a broken glass table. In his defense, we were all pretty drunk. Edit. For everybody asking about my relevant username, I play a lot of Dare style games with friends. Games where you make up rules and other idiotic drinking games. This is just my favorite story because it started out so innocent then escalated so quickly. So did you get cozy with the girl after that? I once dared a dude to kiss the second hottest girl in the room. His girlfriend sat next to him. It was uncomfortable for everyone involved. While we were all playing Truth or Dare, I got super drunk naked and had to be carried upstairs. And now you're no longer invited to family Thanksgiving. In middle school I straight up saw a girl blow a dude on a dare. It was especially weird because the kinds of truths people were asking were, have you ever made out with anyone, have you ever masturbated, etc. I just realized that I've never played a good game of Truth and Dare. I was at a friend's house, and people were smoking and drinking. After a while, they started a game of Truth or Dare. Someone asked a girl which guy there she would FCK. She pointed out a guy. He got all happy and shitty. After about 15 minutes, I had to ask her. She picked Dare. I jokingly told her to ride him for one turn then. As I was laughing, she got up, started to grab his dick over his pants, blew him for a few seconds to make it hard, and sat on him. She was using a skirt. Game didn't last long after that. Oh my Sam Tolly. We were 3 guys and 4 girls. At some point one of the girls has chosen Dare and she had to kiss a guy on the cheek. Elementary was intense. During a camping trip my friends dared a buddy of mine to stick a Roman candle in his ass and light it. He made the best Roman candle stand ever. I think the best part was that his newlywed wife was there too. Her response? I'll get the lube, honey. A good friend of mine FK'd a tub of hummus at my request in front of 25 teenagers cheering his name. We made the next person eat the hummus. Later that summer that friend and I ended up having sex and I couldn't stop making hummus jokes during. I'm a bad person. Edit to elaborate. Earlier during that summer camp he and I and a few friends were shooting the shitty and playing FCK Marry Kill. And my cousin and I basically forced this guy to say he would rather FCK a tub of hummus than FCK this one really sweet but not particularly alluring girl at our camp, not present. He felt kinda bad about it but we started teasing him about hummus all the time. Until the last night of camp when we were all doing theirs. And I realized how perfect it would be. I remember when I was around 15 or 16. Round a mate's house. We're both male. We played Truth or Dare with the babysitter. Female. Reason he had a babysitter is he had 2 younger sisters who were in bed by the time we began playing Truth or Dare. His parents didn't trust overnight supervision to 16-year-old kids. So they got in a 20-something to babysit. Anyway. Babysitter also had 2 sisters. Round our age. The dares obviously escalated to varying degrees of flirting and kisses. Drinks. Groping. But the furthest it got was that one of the dares were for me and my friend to suck on the babysitter's tits. Good times for a young adolescent. I should get a babysitter. Girls sucking on another girl's nipples. Haven't been to too many crazy parties tbh. I was 13 at the time. And my entire class was sort of congregated around the middle table playing Truth or Dare. I was pretty psyched because my crush was sitting across me. Things got pretty serious when my childhood friend, a girl I grew up with in the same apartment complex, dared my crush to hold me hand. My crush started blushing and said she couldn't do it. The whole class started egging her on, chanting do it, and she finally relented and held my hand for like a whole 5 seconds. I was pretty ecstatic. I live in a conservative Asian country, so that was the craziest it was ever going to get in junior high. I dared my friend to put an ice cube up his ass. He did it. Weird. Well, you did dare him. You're just as weird. That's some cold tea. Yo. After reading all of these stories, I've come to the realization that my life is incredibly sheltered and boring. I dare you to turn off the PC and run naked around your neighborhood. Just to see if that's boring too. We always liked Never Have I Ever because all of us are judgmental assholes. Nothing like lighting a firecracker in your friend's asshole on your 16th birthday party. One of my gay friends had sex with a hot pocket right out of the microwave. Was playing a drinking game, King's Cup, and I dared a girl to kiss another girl. They ended up making out. One of those girls is now my wife and the mother of my 4-month-old daughter. This may or may not end up backfiring in about 25 years. Late edit. To clarify that one of these ladies is my wife, with whom I have a child with. In about 10 years she will tell you she's a lesbian and you'll have to move in with your brother. Then she'll start dating your daughter's pediatrician. It was freshman year of HS in my friend's basement. We played this weird group version of the game where all girls went at the same time and vice versa for guys. We were all pretty drunk and it was my turn. I dared the girls to blow the guys, hoping to get my dick wet. 4 girls 5 guys. I was the loneliest moth staring at the TV with a bottle in my hand while my friends got their sausages wrapped. Edit. Highest rated comment is one of my worst HS memories. Guess that's life. Re-edit. Sympathy gold. Bittersweet. This might actually be the saddest thing I have ever read. That's what you get for being the creepy guy playing Truth or Dare. I shot a bottle rocket of my ass and burned the hair around my asshole when I was 16. Jackass was really popular. Had a friend in the Marines tell me a story about some of the crazy shit they did. Told me about one guy in his platoon who, for $100 from each guy there, sat his sack on a fire ant hill for 2 minutes. The guy's balls were apparently the size of grapefruits and spent a month in the infirmary. Got the money though, and bought a new truck with it. One time we were playing Truth or Dare as a rule in King's Cup. 3 guys 2 girls. Got to one of the girls and she said dare. Think of something good. Anything. And after she emphasized anything I immediately blurted blowjobs for everyone. As a joke. Dot. Oh boy. German public high school. The definition of SLTTY girls with a STTY attitude. We, group of maybe 20 people, aged 16-17, hang out in the cafeteria and play Truth or Dare. There's this girl. Pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. No signs of craziness. She choose truth. Question. What is something nobody knows about you? Her answer. I confessed myself wrist deep. Few people called bullshit. She proved it in front of the whole class. No alcohol involved. That's fantastic. Story time. So when I was a high school kid on those long band bus rides, we used to play Truth or Dare a lot to pass the time. One of my girlfriends, friend who is a girl, had this miraculous ass. God seriously smiled when he made that thing. Well, the dare one night was for me to lick her asshole. On the band bus. In front of everybody. I got dared to lick her asshole. I was grossed out at first. But then she dropped her pants. Bent over. And now I have an ass face sitting fetish. A girl was dared to lick my pinky toe. We didn't find out until after that she had a foot fetish. And no one found out that I do too. Ah cute, how ah cute. Edit. It's weird how popular this comment is. But since some peeps are asking, so I'll try and explain. It was the hottest toe lick ever. As soon as it happened, the room went silent. We all felt the exhausted tension. Every last one of us. We were all turned on by her toe lick. Oh yes. She was a lady. I was gentleman. And we both still are. After what felt like an eternity, she stopped staring at the spot where she licked and looked around the room. While I tried my best to hide my half chub, she piped up, "Sorry, I have a foot fetish." We were all good friends and had a good laugh. And while everyone else was laughing, we shared a curious look. We both wondered if we should address this situation in the future. In that moment, we silently agreed that that would be the end. Then I kissed a dude. Someone new and was clearly trying to set you two up. This wasn't really a dare, but while we were playing truth or dare on a trip, there was a guy on the trip that was being really annoying by running up and down the halls and poking his head in our room and yelling. He was a spaz, I guess. Anyway, there was a guy we were playing with who is a bit crazy. We kind of dare him to take care of that guy that was getting on all our nerves. He leaves the room. The light turns on in the hallway and we hear this blood-curdling scream. Apparently he took his shorts off and spread his butt cheeks. Let's just say we didn't get bothered for the rest of the night. Edit. Spaz. I was dead $20 to put as many sour warheads in my mouth as I could fit. I got 30 in there and I was going for one more when I noticed the spit running out of my mouth was red. The inner lining of my mouth was bleeding like crazy. Very painful, but hey, I got $20. When I was in high school, I was dead to snort a line of blow off a chick's bare ass. Soon as I finished, my friend's girlfriend's mom walked up and flipped a tit. Did you fight her? We were playing and things eventually escalated. We were playing a modified version of Uno with dares and it was me and one of my guy friends left. We were naked for about 20 solid turns in a row. He hit me with a draw 4 and I had to take a dare from a website. The member of the opposite sex had to rub their genitals on your face for 30 seconds. But since it was us two left, I had to have a dick rubbed all over my face with my friends watching. Basically, I'll never play truth or dare with that website again cause I got extremely unlucky and had dicks involved a lot while everyone else had at least one good thing happen to them. Well, all of the others are S-all, so mine might disappoint. Back in high school, I would play a truth or dare like game with other guys at a church camp each summer. Basically, you all set a punishment, then play the game till one or more people lose. They get the punishment. It usually starts benign, like having to shave your left leg or something, but it rapidly gets FK'd up. I have personally had to rub a handful of ice-hit on my dick then jump into a lake. Water accelerates the ice-hit reaction. Drink a shot of shampoo, piss, mud, and pubes mixed together. Do blind sit-ups into another man's ass. But at least I wasn't the poor sap who had to let us wax his butt crack. Or the freshman who had to take a face full of mace. TL. DR. Don't play TD with church kids. They can be FK'd up. A guy was dared to leap over a bonfire. 2 pallets high. Maybe 3 feet across. Fairly burned down but really hot. Not actually that far of a jump. So, dude goes to do it. Trips. Falls into the fire. Sticks out his arms to break his fall and ends up burying his arms into the very hot coals. This bonfire had been burning for about 10 hours and receives catastrophic burns to a lot of his torso and face. The party broke very quickly while dozens of us called emergency services. I saw the dude a few years later at another party. He told me the doctors said he probably would have died of shock if he weren't so intoxicated. His arms were fully burned. He didn't have any hands because they had to amputate them due to the terrible burn trauma. His face was burned. His ears were gone. He told me his chest was pretty bad. He was in the fire for maybe a second. It's still probably the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm glad I don't play truth or dare with a lot of you. A girl I had just met was dared to give me a blowjob. She delivered. TL. DR. People FK'd. People did drugs. People were naked. Most amazing, by which I mean dirtiest, was one girl using a strap-on with another girl anally. When it's 3 feet from your face. It's pretty darn special. I got dared to take 4 hits of acid. I had never done anything besides smoked pot or drank. Nothing. Your best friend was such a bro. My buddy, male, and 2 girls and I were playing. I got dared to go into the other room with one of the girls and remove as much clothing as we dared. So we went in the room. Got naked shyly, then my buddy and the other girl started cheering us on through the closed door. So we FK'd and then went back to the game. Then my buddy dared the other girl to take a clothed shower with me. We decided to go nude. And FK'd in the shower. My friend is a good friend.